Good morning, everyone. I know you've pulled yourself away from the Mahjong table to join us for our discussion about tiles and smiles today. So we're going to talk a little bit more about this canvas in a minute, but people are probably like, wait, you're a needlepoint shop, why are you talking about Mahjong? I am talking about Mahjong because I've become obsessed by it along with lots of other people. So let me back up a minute. If you're joining us for the first time, maybe you are a Mahjong player. I'm gonna quick adjust my YouTube camera. If you are a Mahjong player and you've just discovered us, we're so glad you're here. My name is Melissa McLeod and I am the owner here at the Wool and the Floss in Grosse Pointe, Michigan. We are a creative escape for all stitchers, and today we are also embracing all of our Mahjong players. I learned to play Mahjong. I should back that up a minute. I was interested in playing Mahjong for a number of years. I love to play games. I love to do things with my hands, obviously, needlepoint, right? And I really was determined to learn Mahjong, especially after seeing my poor dear sweet mother-in-law slowly deteriorate from the terrible disease of dementia. And needlepoint, along with a number of other things, has been shown to prove that learning a new hobby, learning a new skill creates new pathways in your brain and keeps your neuroplasticity strong. And, you know, is it going to completely avoid me getting dementia? Nothing's for sure, but what a fun way to try, right? So I was determined to play Mahjong, excuse me. I also became very interested in it because once COVID happened, we all, of course, became very insular, sorry, I'm having a hard time saying that name, in our own homes. And I kind of found that I'd become a bit of a homebody. That's all I can say about that. I thankfully am so fortunate to work with 20 plus fantastic women who are my good friends, and I get to work every day with my friends. And I adore my husband and my dogs and all the things, but I was coming home and just like really never going anywhere. So I'm like, it is time that I get out of my shell, learn something new, see new friends, all the things. So last July, I brought up to a number of my friends, anybody interested in learning Mahjong? So 4 of us got together. We did hire a teacher. I will tell you, since then, I have taught a number of people how to play. You don't necessarily have to have a teacher teach you how to play. Someone who's been playing can 100% teach you, but it's a little faster process, I think, when someone who teaches for a side hustle or a living helps you along the way. So we did hire a teacher. I then became even more obsessed with it, and of course, because traditional Mahjong sets are traditional Mahjong sets. But starting in like 2020, there became this huge wave of new designers of Mahjong sets. I think COVID and needlepoint both had resurgence in 2020. A number of designers started creating really beautiful, colorful, fun, updated Mahjong sets. So it's a lot of the reason that a lot of us are attracted to needlepoint. It's beautiful colors, it's beautiful threads, it's beautiful designs. So much of that is involved in Mahjong. So I started to play with my friends. We have, most Wednesdays we meet at my house. I may have turned my dining room into a Mahjong room, it is true, but the dining room got used about once a year, and the Mahjong room gets used at least once a week. So honestly, my husband is thrilled. I wish he was thrilled enough that he would learn how to play. I haven't quite gotten him there. He thinks it's a woman's game, which is rather ironic because historically, Mahjong began, the Asian versions of Mahjong began in China in the 1800s, and it was a male-dominated game. In 1920, I'm going down lots of rabbit holes here, you guys. I'm like, I just think this is the most fun game. So in 1920, Joseph Babcock was a gentleman that had been living in, an American that had been living in Asia. He brought the game back to the States, and kind of made it widespread. What ended up happening at that point in time is it was in department stores, and women became Mahjong teachers then. Apparently there's a correlation because it was shortly after the Spanish flu, so just like after COVID in our century, Mahjong had a resurgence after the Spanish flu and everyone being kind of stuck in their own homes. Mahjong had a resurgence thanks to Joseph Babcock, or an American surgeons, I shouldn't say not resurgence. I'm far from an expert in history on Mahjong. These are just basic things I've learned over time. And then in the 1930s, there was a small group of Jewish American women that came together that created the National Mahjong League and kind of created the Americanized version that most of us now play here in 2020. So I wanted to learn more about Mahjong. I did join a monthly subscription group that one of my customers actually hosts, Laura, oh gosh, I'm gonna forget her last name. Doesn't really matter what her last name is. Her Instagram handle is Lara, L-A-R-A, Lara's Mahjong Edit. And she has a monthly group that has all sorts of learning opportunities. I think when I joined it was $15 and I'm grandfathered into $15 a month. I think it's now $19 a month maybe. But it is tremendous value if you're someone who's trying to learn a lot about the game. So I did have a question yesterday because Kelly was hanging this board, and here Mahjong is spelled with 2 G's. And many times you see it spelled with 1 G. Sometimes you see it hyphenated. And basically from my rough research, I discovered that the Mahjong with 2 G's is the Americanized spelling of it when it became the National Mahjong League, which is kind of the governing non-profit, but I think it's still part of it's non-profit. It's not non-profit. The governing league of the game, which creates the National Mahjong League cards, which the Americanized version is based on. So if you're not a Mahjong player, you're like, wah, 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 what is she talking about? But most of you know what I'm talking about. So I'm gonna check my notes so that I say this properly. Hold on, because I wrote it down. The single G is the traditional Asian version. The double G started with Joseph Babcock in the 20s when it became the Americanized version. So that was a little fun fact that the gals were asking me yesterday. They thought, I bet they're not gonna be the only ones that have that question. So hopefully that's an accurate answer. Again, I'm far from an expert. I just am an obsessed player who's learned a lot of stuff over time. So when I became a little obsessed, yes, I have a Mahjong bracelet. Isn't it cute? I have a Mahjong necklace. So yeah, when I say I've been obsessed by it, I've been obsessed by it. So last summer, I reached out to my dear friend Amy Poor and said, we have to come up with some Mahjong canvases. I think they're going to be a big hit. And so I helped her brainstorm with some things, and that's how we came up with this Tiles and Smiles round, which I stitched up myself. I do have, by the way, Kelly is here moderating. Kelsey is here. Her last regular week, although she teased us yesterday and said, well, maybe a few Saturdays here and there when I'm in town. She has been here with us since March. Kind of came on for 3 weeks, and here she is, but now she's moving on to her professional real life, but we've loved having her while she's here. So she is here also helping us out. So of course I have lots of things to share with you all. We have canvases, we have tile bags, we have canvases that make tile bags, we have dice cups, we have snap trays, we have beaded bags for those of you that are starting to play with money, and we have an incredible, fantastic Mahjong tile set that was made with such intention. You guys are going to be blown away by all the symbolic, thoughtful process that went into making these tiles. So got a lot to share with you. So if you see anything you would like, Kelly is here moderating, and she's happy to take your order. As with anything, if you would like threads, please let us know, because on any live video, we always assume that you do not want threads. So let us know. So Tiles and Smiles, I did as a hanging ornament. I think that this would be really fun. We have, I think this is the last large version left. I should have taken this little plastic bag off the back. Let me do that real fast. I think this would be so cute hanging in the middle of this boxwood wreath, which of course has a hanger, so you could put this on your front door. So if it is Mahjong night, you could add the little tiles and smiles, and this is the only large heart I have left. I'm not even sure they make these this time of year.
So good.
I have the small and mediums, but you really need the large for the 4-inch round. So there is a set of 4 of these that Amy made. So we have, of course, we did them in blue and green, shocker, shocker, tiles and smiles, and it has, sorry, I'm gonna go back to that, speaking of symbolism. It has the dot suit in the background. And then we have Maj Mayhem. Guess what I forgot, like I always do, you guys, the whiteboard and the ruler. I'm so predictable.
I actually thought of it earlier.
I saw it yesterday and didn't grab it. I'm just an idiot. So Maj Mayhem also has the dot suit in the background. These are on 18 mesh with 4-inch rounds. Dot Crack Bam has the Bam suit in the background. And again, if you are not a Mahjong player, these are the 3 suits of Mahjong. So there's the dot suit, the character suit, which is usually known as Crack, and the bamboo suit, which is known as, which most people call Bam. Tiles and smiles, of course, with the dots in the background that I've already shown you, and Rack and Roll with the Bam in the background. So we also thank you. And if you're not a blue and green girl, I'll still like you, but it'll be a little harder. We have it in pink and green as well. So Rack and Roll in pink and green, Maj Mayhem in pink and green, Dot Crack Bam in pink and green, and Tiles and Smiles in pink and green. So those we created last summer. We rolled those out at Fall Market. We also have a needle minder with tiles and smiles because we all like little tiles and smiles even when we're needle pointing. And then I also asked Amy to create some 6x3s, and I had 2 thoughts for these. I did attend a Mahjong tournament last November. I'll be honest, I may never do that again. I personally didn't enjoy it, but maybe it's just because I was, I don't know, intimidated, overwhelmed, one of those things. But many of us play in places where we have multiple tables. So Amy created 3 6x3 inserts, and the first one I have stitched, and I put it into the Rachel Berry bag, which will hold a Mahjong set, including your dice. It would probably hold a dice bowl. It would probably hold your Mahjong money beaded pouch. There's plenty of room. When I put a set of tiles in here, it fills it about halfway. So if you're watching on Instagram, this does say Talk Tiles to Me. I will tell you, I added the green because, you know, blue and white is great, but blue and green is better. So this is actually the original canvas, Talk Tiles to Me. And I just changed up the little squares on the inside and stitched the words in velvet, of course, one of my favorite choices. And I loved it. So this was super fun. My other thought with these was you could create these as with a pocket on the back and with this large acrylic stand, because this is a wide, you know, it's 6 inches wide, have a pocket put in the back. And there are 3 of these. So there are 3 different versions. So you could have it done with a pocket on the back to put on different Mahjong tables. So when your friends come in, you could say, oh, you're at the Talk Tiles to Me table. And the next person you would say, you're at the Mind Your Own Rack table. So it just gave you, and we've got a third option. So if you do, like, if you have a set of 12 players coming over, you've got 3 tables, you're good to go. So the Mind Your Own Rack, of course, looks fantastic in the pink Rachel Berry pop-in pouch. And then the third choice was a group think. I sent it out to my whole Mahjong group trying to decide how to do this, but it's Everyone Loves a Joker, because of course that is the most valuable tile in the Mahjong game, unless you're playing singles and pairs. And I picked the navy blue pop-in pouch to go with it, but it would also look great in the light blue. Let me go back to that. In the light blue case, if you would like. And then I think we also have the vanilla and the mint color in here if you want to change up some of the colors on the canvases. So those are most of our Amy Pour canvases. We're going to come across one other one as we walk through all of this today, because Amy actually created one single Mahjong tile, I think in like 2020, because I actually didn't know much about Mahjong in 2020, and my friend Jody, who now is one of our weekend warriors, would come to Needlepoint class in the later, yes, that bag definitely still works as a cosmetic bag.
Yeah, I didn't want to interrupt you, but I
Yes,
did the answer.
yes. So Jody stitched one because her mom, Jody and Julie, who both work here, because, you know, if you're my friend and you live in Grosse Pointe, you eventually end up working here. That's just the way it's going to work. And no one has any regrets, by the way, because it is a fantastic place to be. Jody and Julie's both learned with me last July, and their mother was a big Mahjong player. So Jody had stitched Amy's canvas, which I guess I'll show it to you now because talking about it too much not to. This is the other Amy Pour canvas, which is fantastic. She had stitched this for her mom in 2020. Unfortunately, her mom has since passed away, and she carries this around with her every time she goes to play Mahjong, which just like really makes me tear up and practically start crying. So I was like, Jody, you did such a fantastic job with that, because this is how the canvas starts. Here's Mahjong Maven. And Amy designed this. I think she stitched it for a friend of hers in Tuscaloosa, and Amy might be watching. She can share that with us. She stitched it for a friend in Tuscaloosa and then brought it into the line. But so this is Amy's design, and then this is how Jody stitched it. And I'm like, Jody, it is so fantastic. Well, then she's like, well, Melissa, I was coming to class with you. You picked out everything, which I thought was very funny. So she did a combination of, I think, Scotch stitches and mosaic stitches in the background, and used all the traditional Mahjong colors in the background, and it turned out fantastically. So we have Mahjong Maven also available. So that's kind of where my development of the Mahjong canvases started. Now, of course, lots of other people create Mahjong canvases as well. We just got this one in from Atlantic Blue. I've buried my little white thing on itself. And this is a 13 mesh version. It is an oval. It fits into one of their acrylic ovals, which we can order for you. The dish, canister, what do you call it? Because it's tall.
Just a lipped little tray.
Yeah, but it's got some height to a box, an oval box. There we go. Thank you, Kelsey.
Open, but it doesn't have a lid.
Actually, isn't this the lid?
Oh. I think it might be.
Yeah, this goes in the lid.
I didn't know that. That's
Maybe
cool.
you weren't in that booth. You weren't with me. So yeah. Sorry, Kelly's like, no wonder I don't know what you're talking about, Melissa, because I don't know what you're talking about. So Kelly was saying yesterday, so this is an overhead view. Cece and the Bug from Atlantic Blue has done a bunch of overhead view of various sports. So we have a football one and a volleyball one and a hockey one. And this just came in. 13 mesh, and it's an overhead view of the Mahjong table.
I love the hands, like grabbing the...
Hands are so cute, and usually you see like on a real, but there's rings on them, and usually you'll see like when you see overhead views of people with their bracelets on, etc. So but this is the overhead view, and Kelly had the really good point of saying, stitch one of these and have it embroidered on the back like the year you started playing Mahjong, because hopefully Mahjong, like Needlepoint, has its own community, and it brings people together like Stitch Clubs do and Mahjong Nights do. And that Mahjong moment just becomes a special part of your life. The people that I play Mahjong with, some of them actually work here, some of them don't, and we've all become just a really great group. So it's something that I think will become meaningful. You read all the time about women will be like, I've been stitching with my group, or stitching, that too, but playing Mahjong with my group for 20 years, and we are so tight, and we've been through everything together, because Mahjong is a great game for, Rebecca and I were debating which order this went in the other day, for the introverted extrovert or extroverted introvert. I can't remember the difference. We finally figured it out, but I feel like that's kind of me. At the end of the workday, I have talked so much all day that I go home and I kind of just want to stay in my house. But when you play Mahjong, you have something to do, so you don't have to talk the entire time you're out with your friends. Some of it's talking, some of it's sitting and playing, and it's a nice like social balance, I would say. So you get a chance to kind of like go through life together, because unfortunately things happen. So this is a 13 mesh Mahjong from above version. I also was on KCN's website, and you'll see why later, because I was looking for some specific canvases that unfortunately were out of stock, but I came across the the Tipsy Tower. There we go, the Mahjong Tipsy Tower. So we've seen these with dogs on them, we've seen them with drinks on them. All these Tipsy Towers are so darling, and these are of course the Mahjong tiles, and could not be any cuter. So I think that is absolutely darling. And then we've had these around and sold these over and over again. So this is Love Mahjong. So this is another one that you could put in the middle of that boxwood wreath if we didn't sell that. I don't know if we did or not.
Not yet.
So, or Let's Rack and Roll.
So cute.
Really fun. The other thing you could do with these, because their backgrounds are fairly simple to replicate, it would be very easy to take your 4-inch template from your square and rectangle set. If you don't have that, we're happy to send one your way, and create a square out of this, so that then, one sec, Cal, so that then you could put it into the Mahjong coasters that we have now. These come from Bradley Needlepoint Company, and they're slide in. And the nice thing about these is this could be a coaster at your Mahjong table or anywhere in your house. But it could also be a little dice tray, because it has a lip on it, so your dice would stay put. So Kelly, yes, you had a question.
Oh, I just had a comment. Amy replied to your answer earlier, which goes with the templates, that's saying, yes, she squared it off and made it as a quarter or change purse.
Oh,
Yeah.
So she
So
turned
that goes
hers.
with the templates, yeah.
So yeah, so you could turn these into like a little zippered pouch for your Mahjong money. So again, for those of you who don't play Mahjong, you should. But many of us start out not playing for money. And by the way, playing for money are for quarters. We're not talking about big bucks. Most of the hands of the Mahjong card are anywhere from 25 cents to 75 cents, but most of them are 25 cents. But what's nice about playing with money, and I play with money in Florida, but not in Michigan, just because of the groups I play with, is that it teaches you to play more defensively, because if you feed somebody a win, if they have 2 exposures, most people should be able to tell what hand they're going for. Then you shouldn't be giving up a tile to let them win. If you do, you're penalized, and you might have to pay double or pay triple. So you need a little zippered bag. I was showing up in Florida with a Ziploc bag, so I'm hoping to up my game, so to speak, and use some sort of zippered pouch. So this could become a zippered pouch as well. Even the 6x3 could become a zippered pouch, because by the time it's 3-dimensional, it wouldn't be huge. So that's actually a really great idea. But we do have lots of the coasters in the building, so happy to send those your way, because we love them. So those are kind of some of our smaller canvases. We also have, I found these really fun snap trays. They are very affordable. They're $22. And some of them are Mahjong themed, and some of them are needlepoint themed. So I loved the colors. I am sure that these are leather, vegan leather, shall we say.
Vegan leather.
So this one says Maj, so it's white. So I don't know personally if there's a good use for these for Mahjong, so to speak. Maybe they could be a dice tray on the side of your table, but I would more use these just for needlepoint, for my orts, for my scissors, for holding the threads I'm working on at the moment, and of course they go flat, so very easy to tote around with you because they're super flexible. These don't even have like a hard base in them, so you could actually almost roll this guy up. So we have a few versions. So the white that says Maj with a little love at the end, Needlepoint Social Club, and then the green one with the Mahjong tiles, and Happy. And then this last one, I just thought was so cute with the pink, with the red and pink bow. I thought was darling. So
what I really like about those snap trays that you brought in is that they're so lightweight.
Yeah.
So like I might be traveling this weekend, and if someone will let me buy one early, I'll it's so light you can just put it in your bag, and then you have a place to put your oars.
And honestly,
And
like I
your
said,
scissors.
you could even roll
Yeah.
this up. There's nothing built into it, but you can put a little piece of ribbon around it, or honestly, a little rubber band would do the job. And yeah, this could just be in the bottom of your purse.
It's really light.
So yeah, they're fun. So Maj, Bow, Happy, the Maj tiles, and Rebecca helped me pick these out. The Needlepoint Social Club, she was all about. I think the colors are super fun. So those are little snack trays we found. Okay, next up. And this is something I know a number of people were waiting for, our local customers. I've had a number of people buy Kate Dickerson's Mahjong mat and Maura Nolan's Mahjong mat, which are glorious. They are, I can't remember exactly, $1,200 or so, and a whole lot of stitching, and then the finishing. So Sarah Truxas, who is a very well-known needlepoint designer, came up with a couple of Mahjong mats, because I'm sure Sarah plays as well. And she designed them so they look as if they were stitched. And my friend Susan, I think, is watching. Susan's the one who first brought these to my attention, and they are gorgeous. The first one is called the Bamboo Dragon. And I'm gonna stand far away so you can see the whole vision of it. So it, oops, just flashed the
so
girls,
pretty.
I think. So it is absolutely gorgeous, but I'm going to show it to you up close. It is it's a neoprene mat. It is stitched on the sides, no waves, nothing funky going on, and I'm sure it's a 3mm mat. Their description didn't tell me that, but I'm guessing it is. But there are tiles in the corners. There are bamboo across the middle. This is a bad dress to wear. If I'm flashing the ladies here, I'm so sorry.
I'm not. We're
You're too
deep
busy
in
working.
thought. We're not.
Good.
Yeah.
Because I'm holding this up so high, I think my dress is probably up to my belly button. But I think each detail is so pretty. These colors are fantastic. So it's kind of like a grayish blue background. You've got green, you've got beige, you've got pink. The tiles are really pretty. And then there is the dragon in the middle. I think the lettering on the words is the way you can really see how they're designed to look like they're stitched. Do you see how the word play? So it says play right, walls to the left, which is a funky rule in Mahjong because there's all sorts of funky rules, but can you tell how it looks like it's stitched? So for, excuse me, checking my work, $84, people can from a distance say, oh my gosh, did you stitch your needlepoint mat? So here we go. This one is called, again, the Bamboo Dragon. This is the lighter version. And it's very funny. One of my neighbors, Betsy, who's a good friend of mine, used to actually work here. She was our crochet teacher when we had yarn. Now that we don't have yarn anymore, she doesn't work here anymore, which is super sad. But when I was telling her that I had these, she's like, wait. And she pulled it up and she's like, this one, I've been wanting that one. So she had seen them and she was, maybe ahead of the curve. So she owns that one. This is the one that really speaks to me, but you guys know I'm a bright color gal. I'm gonna pull this out. This is also from Sarah Truxas. Also designed to look as if it's
I thought these were going to be
stitched.
so much more expensive. When you told me, I was like, Melissa, is that really the retail price?
Yeah.
I'm just like, they're so good looking.
They're so pretty. And so why I was on the KCN website is there are canvases that correlate with these. Unfortunately, they were all sold out, but that's how I found the Tipsy Tower, which I thought was so cute. So this is the Tropical Monkey mat. Again, I'm probably flashing everyone who's in the room. These colors are so me. Pagodas and animals and tiles. And again, made to look like they're stitched. So let me show you the pagoda up front. Up close, I should say. There's the pagoda. So pretty. And then all of these animals, and we've actually had these canvases in before, and I didn't even really realize they were Mahjong related. But there are, what kind of monkey is that? Is that a lemur? I don't know my monkeys, but there's monkeys in the center on every side. So every player gets a good animal by them. So there's these tropical monkeys on all 4 sides with the pagodas in the corners and the flowers, and it's royal blue and it's pink, and oh my gosh, so cute. So love these, $84. It is far easier and cheaper than stitching your own, but I commend all of you that want to stitch your own. I do. I just, stitching my own wasn't for me. So when Susan told me about these, I'm like, yep, these are coming to the shop. So here we go. I also made a point to pick out some matching dice dishes. So let me show you guys those. I'll show them to you up close, and I can show you which mats they match. So these are made in South Carolina. They're so pretty. These could also be a beautiful little Ort bowl. They are only about 4 inches across, I think. Let's see. Yeah, 4 inches across. So this is the ivory one, and each of them has a little attachment. So there's a bee. I know you're shocked that I would get a little Ort bowl that has a bee on it. So this is ivory with a bee. So when you, if you like these, I've got navy and 2 different attachments. So I'll show you the ivory one first. So obviously the ivory's going to look fantastic with either mat. It's ivory, right? So I love these. And again, they could be Ort bowls, they could be to put your rings in, they could be for your mahjong table, for your dice. So that is the ivory with the bee. And here is the green with the butterfly. And the butterfly kind of looks like she is flying off the bowl. They're attachments, so they're all like a little 3-dimensional, which I kind of love. This green, sorry, I dropped a mat. Good thing that don't break. This green looks fantastic with the lighter colored mat. It also looks fantastic with the darker colored mat. Yes.
So we're gonna be showing multiple colors in the same thing. So a lot of people are saying B.
So you need to name your color and your attachment. So
okay, they did one back and did. Thank
Perfect.
you. Sorry.
No problem. And then I have 2 in navy. And navy is a little tricky because I just needed to order more. There were only 3 colors available. I wanted to order more of the navy because the navy is going to tie in with the last mat I'm going to show you, which I haven't shown you yet. So the navy blue comes with a crown. See how cute that crown is? Which also goes with, look at the colorways with this, how it just pops out the 2 different colors. Oh, I love it. And then the navy blue also comes with the bee. So the navy blue can go with this mat because of the color change. I think mats don't get damaged because I'm throwing around. The navy also looks fantastic with the lighter mat because you've got the lighter blue, a little darker blue. So these can go either way. So, and what great little gifts. Maybe these are gifts, and I can get more of these. I think I ordered, I don't know, 3 of each color maybe, 3 of each combination. So I can get more of these. So maybe gift these to your Mahjong group would be such a great thing. I didn't talk about prices on those. Let me talk about that. The Mahjong dice cups are $34. They're made in South Carolina. So that's that. So we talked a little bit about the beaded bags. So let me go back to those. I'm throwing Mahjong mats around here. Okay. So these are all handmade in India. And of course, you know, the American dollar goes a long way in India. So they are only $29. And most of these bags all vary in size, but they're around 4 by 5, 4.5 by 5. So they're not gonna fit your Mahjong cards, but they will fit all your quarters that you're gonna take when you start playing for money because you're gonna up your game. The dishes we talked about, okay, good. So this says Maj with my girls, and all of these have a fabric back.
It actually says Maj with my girls.
Oh,
like
sorry,
Mahjong
with my girls.
That's why I think it's so funny.
I have a little coaster that
clever.
I think Madeline got me that's at my house. So it has a nice little zipper. It's lined inside, and so you can keep all your quarters in there, and it has this little tassel zipper pull, which is darling. And so I believe these are all $29. I have, I don't know, maybe about 12 choices of these. So you might want to wait. Again, I can get more of these. I don't think any of these were limited in quantities. But so this is Mahjong with Ma Girls, M-A-H. Of course, we're in Michigan, so I had to have the cherries. The cherries have a pink back. Liz was oohing and eyeing all of this, and I'm going to tell you, Liz is like, I am never learning Mahjong, so she's kind of like currently anti-Mahjong. I'm gonna win her over. I really am. But she's like, I would love these for like to hold like lipsticks in my purse. Look at these little palm trees, you guys. I mean, how clever is that? This beading is so fantastic. White fabric on the back. This is the tulips and bows. So cute. So I just think this would be really cute in your purse, whether you're playing Mahjong or not. The Queen, Liz may have loved this one. To me, it was the queen of the Mahjong table, but you know, it could be whatever you want.
Did you talk about her love for these and wanting to put her lipstick and stuff on them? Sorry, I've been talking with Kelsey. But
the strawberries. I mean, these are even cuter in person, you guys. So cute. Okay, these are the all over butterflies. So if you are interested in this one, say all over butterflies, because there's going to be another butterfly. So that's the all over butterflies. This is the leopard heart. This one is a little bit smaller. Like I said, they're all slightly different sizes just to make the design work. So I think it's the same price, I'm guessing. Let's see.
it is.
Okay, same price. Kelly's telling me, she checked yesterday. This one's like just under 4 by just under 5. And then this one is the single butterfly. This one's a little bit larger just in order for them to fit in the design. So this is the single butterfly with a yellow back. My dog lovers, are you here with me? Look at this one, so cute. All those little doggy faces, white back. Cute little tassel, of course. I think they're all lined in the same color that the back is in. I mean, and how much more Mahjong-y, is that a word?
Cute.
You can get than this hydrangea. So darling. And again, these are all beaded, you guys. Like unbelievable. And lastly, in honor of my dear Rebecca, the evil eye. These beads are larger and really fantastic. So these are all these little beaded bags. Again, you can use them for your Maj money. You could use them for your lipsticks. You could use them for all sorts of things, just to corral little things. A classic change purse if you still carry around change. I do.
Karen was asking, will cards fit in the larger bags? I don't think so.
No, they won't, Karen. I was hoping they might when I first found them, but they're not large enough for your Mahjong cards for sure. Okay, next up. Where are we at? Dun, 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 dun. Okay, this is the creme de la creme. So we have tiles from my friend Stephanie Chase, along with Cami Mackey. Yes, that is Cami's name. These two lovely ladies met at a retreat that was Mahjong and needlepoint focused together. It ended up that they lived about, I don't know, 4 blocks from each other or something, Stephanie told me. Stephanie may be watching. She told me she's in Africa, but was still gonna try to watch. So I don't know if she's watching. I didn't get a chance to check. But they met, hopefully, I'm gonna get all my facts straight, I told her, and now I'm gonna be a little bit nervous because I'll be afraid I'm misquoting something. So I've spent a lot of time talking with Stephanie. I've spent a lot of time researching their tiles, and I mean, they're absolutely amazing. Stephanie is a retired school principal, I believe, who became a needlepoint teacher, who has written needlepoint books. She is the author of The Joy of Needlepoint, and she is watching. Thank you, Stephanie. I have no idea what time it is in Africa. I think they're almost 24 hours ahead, so she probably got up early for some sort of watch and is now resting.
South Sudan was only 6 or 7 hours ahead of us, so.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, I was there. Yeah, you would know. I don't know. I was in Kenya. I don't know. We're not going to get in time for it. That's too many. Yeah, I don't know what time it is there, Stephanie, but thank you for joining us. So, Stephanie has written The Joy of Needlepoint. I was hoping to talk to you all about her book, which I still could, but her book is being delivered today. I ordered it a while ago. It got a little stuck in the mail system. So we have 30 copies of The Joy of Needlepoint arriving. It is a fantastic book. I was going to go home and look for my personal copy, but I've actually never taken one home because we sell out of it almost every time we get it. It's only 6 hours ahead. Kelsey was right. Of course, Kelsey was right.
It's just like,
I just know when we went, it was trials and tribulations to get there, but again, that was maybe 30 years ago. So what do I remember from back then? Not much.
you were tired, apparently.
I was very tired. We did stay overnight in London to make the trip a little bit easier. So I think that's why I thought it was a big time change, but I think it was just a big travel time. So in any event, Stephanie's written The Joy of Needlepoint. It is a fantastic book. I don't have one to show you. It has a whole section for beginners. It has a video section that's very advanced. It has a whole bunch in the middle of fantastic stitches, color copies of each stitch in 3 different colors typically, and 3 different thread types typically at the bottom of every page. It is a wealth of knowledge. So Stephanie ended up going to a needlepoint and Mahjong retreat where she met Cammie. And she said, you know what's really needed, in my opinion, and I agreed with her because it is something that Rebecca had been talking to me about, but I just didn't take the bull by the horn. So I'm so glad that I didn't, because they have done such a fantastic job. They have created a set of tiles that celebrates the origins of needlepoint, which was first documented in Egypt in the 1500s, and Mahjong, which, as I mentioned, was first created in Asia in the 1800s. And so they have taken these backgrounds and pulled them together into a set of Mahjong tiles to celebrate for all of us that are our mutual love of needlepoint and Mahjong. Interestingly enough, Stephanie told me that over 50% of their Mahjong tile sales have gone to non-needlepointers, but the correlations are fantastic. Yes, Cal?
Our friend Jane, Bubby Jinga, she says she has a set of the St. Clair, and the tiles are so beautiful and big.
They are fantastic, and I'm going to show you each of them up close. So I'm so glad Jane's played with them yet.
Mm-hmm.
I have not played with them. I do have Mahjong tonight, so I think these are going to go home with me tonight. And they are absolutely positively heirloom quality. And what I mean by that is, yes, I have a set of Mahjong tiles from Hobby Lobby that are probably plastic, they're probably printed, they're probably cut, not tumbled, and super cheap. And by the way, I just donated them to the clubhouse up at my cottage because I don't even want to play with them anymore now that I'm actually playing. So now that I've played for a while and I know this is a game that I'm sticking with, I guess is what I mean. So they are not inexpensive, but that is because they are built to be heirloom quality. So what I mean by that is I talked to Stephanie all about it and I said, okay, so these are really expensive. So I need to know, like, tell me why we want to spend this much money on these Mahjong tiles. And she fully and 100% sold me on it. So here I am to sell you on it.
And Bubby Jinga, apparently.
And our dear friend Jane. Jane made me do it. Jane made me buy the tiles, apparently, too. So Jane's a good friend and she's a bad influence on all of us. So yay, Jane. They are made of 100% virgin acrylic. So most Mahjong tiles, if they're not made of plastic, which are the really low-end ones, are made of composite acrylic. So it's kind of like, as I said to Stephanie, so we're talking about the difference between a filet and an all beef hot dog, right? Like that's what all beef hot dog is, all the mixed up stuff left over, and the top of the line is the top of the line. So they are made of 100% virgin acrylic. They again they're not layered. So you see a lot of layered tiles, and layered tiles are really pretty, but what layered tiles means is that each of those acrylic layers, probably composite acrylic layers, have been glued together. So I have never had a Mahjong tile fall apart, but I've only been playing a year. So apparently, you know, just like we do with our needlepoint, we don't like glue involved because glue over time can fail. So these are 100% acrylic, not composite, not layered, no glue involved. They have also been tumbled for 36 hours. So they go into like this contraption that does this kind of thing. So all of the edges are rounded. They feel really good in your hands, and that has happened. They are also So, and for those of you who know anything about Mahjong tiles, like Chris Lloyd does this 36 hours of tumbling. So they're that level without being a Chris Lloyd price. And I will get to the price there on the back of the box, so I'll tell you in a minute. So they feel really good in your hand. They are also hand etched, and that doesn't mean that some little person is there with a little tiny hammer and a sharp object. They're using electronic machinery, but they're hand etching it. It's not just going through a machine. There's also a big discussion in the Mahjong industry about hand painted versus UV printed. So these tiles are hand etched with deep etching, and then they are UV printed, which seems like at first you're like, oh, well, you know, now you're printing things. That doesn't sound good. But the beauty of printing is it allows you to have a much larger variety of paint and much larger choices in bringing paint colors close together. Because if they're hand painted and they're more than, I have this fact written down somewhere, a certain number of millimeters apart. Where did I write that down? I don't know right now. The paint colors will run onto each other. UV printing, you can have all sorts of colors right next to each other and have very clear and precise colors. And because Stephanie and Cammie wanted many of these tiles to look as if they were stitched and pixelated, just like Sarah intentionally made her mats look pixelated as if they were needle pointed, they did the same thing with their flower canvases. That would not have been possible if they were hand painted. So lots and lots of thought put into that. The more important thing is that each tile has a very deep and symbolic meaning. And I will say that I liked the tiles a lot, and then I learned the background and the story behind each of the tiles, and I was blown away. Absolutely blown away. The thought process gone into this, the research, the design of celebrating the origins of needlepoint in Egypt in the 1500s and Mahjong in China in the 1800s is fantastic. So I do want to also show you guys, this is the presentation that I was sent. So here is the St. Clair Mahjong box. So when it comes, you know it's from them. It's of course, I've got labels all over it from the postage, but it says St. Clair Mahjong on the front. So it's very clear where it's coming from. Then when you open it up, they've just really been thoughtful in all their packaging as well. So here is St. Clair. She is the, hold on, I wrote this down so I say this right. She is the patron saint of needlework, and her belief apparently that is what is thoughtfully made endures. So our needlepoint is thoughtfully made, and hopefully it's going to last and be heirloom quality. These tiles are meant to last and be heirloom quality. So inspired by needlework and the symbolic language of Mahjong, our work brings together traditions shaped by patience, beauty, and the human hand. This is the art of St. Clair. So there is St. Clair, the patron saint of needlework. Really well packaged with some buffers, and then not all Mahjong sets come with a bag, and in this case I'm going to call this a temporary bag because what we haven't shown you yet are a number of canvases I brought in that can create your own tile bag. But it does come in this beautiful velvet bag. Their insignia, their St. Clair insignia is very subtly embroidered on the side, which I love. And when you open it up, there's my little zipper sound. Inside you have 2 sets of marbleized dice, which is a lovely treat because most Mahjong sets only come with 1. You also have a bonus treat of a needle minder with their insignia on it, which is quite beautiful. And I think these are only coming with a certain number of tile sets. This won't be included in the long run, but I think in any that we order for you, they will be here. So let's see if I've covered some of the big things before I get into the small things. If you're interested in these, they are, I told you guys I would tell you the price, $625, and they will ship to me by August 1st, and then I have to turn around, sorry, my box is falling. Then I have to turn around and ship them to you. So I am planning, so I would say you could have them around August 10th. If you're super anxious, I intentionally haven't cracked open these yet, pardon the pun, because I'm about to talk about the cracks, because it was easier to show you guys the tiles all pulled together. So we're going to talk about these. So I have one set that I could send to somebody immediately if someone's like, oh my gosh, my mother stitches and she would love these and I need them for her birthday. You know, we could send out this set today. If no one is anxious, then I'm going to take them home and play with them. So we'll see how that rolls for me. Okay, so we are first going to talk about the crack tiles. They are based on, here we go. And there's what I also love about these. Not only have they been thoughtfully designed on a historic basis. Cami used a lot of research from the Metropolitan Museum of Art and their open access files, but they've also been designed for easier recognition of odds and even numbers. So if you've played Mahjong for any length of time, it is a game of patterns, and if you can more easily recognize the patterns based on their designs, it's really going to improve your game. I know that seems like a stretch, but I honestly think it is. So the backs are all ivory. The fronts are ivory as well. And here are the cracks. So I'm going to start over here. So if you can see them, hopefully you guys are seeing them clearly. The odd numbers, then do you see there's needles and thread on all of these? The odds, the needles, I don't know my hands, the needles point to the right, and the evens, the needles point to the left. And then the classic crack symbols on here, they were also very determined to plan these tiles so you didn't need a tile recognition card. Like with so many other sets, you need something to say what suit is what, because sometimes surfboards will be bamboos or, you know, crazy things. So these are all very obvious, but very intentionally designed. So you have the cracks on the top, you have the needles, they're either pointing right or left, depending on whether they're odd or even. And then on the bottom, you have a symbol of, a Chinese symbol that stands for sage or wise person. Most Mahjong tiles will have a character that symbolizes wealth, but they were kind of pointing towards like this, the wise person view, which I really, really loved. So these are the crack tiles. The dragons are designed after one of the open access jewelry pieces that Cami came across, and they're supposed to be the fluid stitched red dragon. So that is the cracks. The dot tiles are designed around the ancient Egyptian Shen ring. Hopefully I'm pronouncing that properly. And what they've done here for the odds and the evens is you will note that the odds have a very tiny amount of red thread bounding their Shen rings together. The evens are all blue. So you've got the soap tiles on the edge, which are blue, excuse me, are they blue? Yes, blue and gold threads around the edges and bound at the corner in thread. So those are the white dragon or the soap tile. So that is the dots. The bamboos, put these down here. We'll talk about the one bam bird in a minute, or one bam, depending on how you feel about that. They are meant to look like bamboo stalks, of course, but you will notice that they're actually, if you look up close, they're actually green threads bound together with a little bit of gold thread. The odds have that little bit of red in it again, so you get that instant recognition. So these are all little bundles of thread bound together with gold thread, and hopefully you guys can see the detail of the gold thread. And the first, the one bam bird is the kingfisher, and the kingfisher appears in both Egyptian and Chinese symbolism as a sign of freedom, prosperity, and good fortune. The gold thread symbolizes the joining of Mahjong and needlework together, binding the Mahjong player and the needlepoint together in one community, which I love. The green dragons, again, are that fluid, as if stitched green dragon from ancient Egyptian relics. Okay, next up, the winds. So these are ones that I wish I had taken apart, but again, if I take them apart, it's harder to show you guys.
And I can see, like I'm looking at them, even
Yeah.
though they have the glare of the plastic, I can see them.
Good. Okay, so these are the winds. So the winds are the honor tiles in Mahjong. They are not a suit. And north, east, west, and south. And Cami chose the scissors. The scissors were the first known sighting of scissors was in Egypt in the 1500s. And so that is why she picked these. And these were designed after that relic that was found in the Metropolitan Museum's open access. So these are not just because they look like little snips that we use today. They are because of ancient Egyptian scissors that were first noticed. Secondly, they have, of course, thread throughout them, and the direction the scissors point is the direction of the tile. So east on top points east, south points down, west points west, north points up. So I think that's very creative. Then we'll talk a minute about the jokers. The jokers are classic scarabs that have been symbols of good fortune and protection in both Egyptian and Chinese traditions. So these scarabs are fantastic. So pretty. And again, I don't play with blanks. I'm a National Mahjong League rule player. So these 6 blanks and the 2 extra jokers would sit in my waiting for a disaster to happen, which hopefully would never happen. And you've got your 8 jokers. Then you have your flower tiles. So hopefully I'm going to identify these all accurately. So there are 2 different sets of flowers in this set for a total of 8 flowers, like we always have. The first 4 honor symbolism, and the second 4 honor the seasons. So you will notice that the ones that honor the symbolism, the number is on the left, and for the ones that honor the seasons, the number is on the right. You will also probably know that most American Mahjong players who play, when you play American Mahjong, you don't need a number on a flower. But in other variants of Mahjong, Japanese Richi, Chinese Mahjong, Philippine Mahjong, some of them use the numbers on the flowers. I don't play those versions, so unfortunately I can't enlighten you about that, but the numbers are included in case you want to use it for that purpose. So the first 4 honor the symbolism. So the orchid is right here. Here's this beautiful orchid. And again, these are designed to be slightly pixelated so that they look as if they were stitched, which I think they've done a fantastic job doing. And the orchid is has origins in China and is valued for its beauty and refinement, and it's long been linked to Chinese art and tradition. The blue lotus is a nod to Egyptian foundings. So the blue lotus is one of the most revered flowers in ancient Egypt, valued for its fragrance and spiritual significance. It appeared frequently in large temple carvings and in scenes of daily life. And then we have the chrysanthemum. See, I said I was going to get confused. There we go. The chrysanthemum is right here. And in Chinese culture, it is a sign of longevity and enduring character. And then the lily is somewhere. Why am I not finding? Oh, here we go. Here's the lily. I'm getting blind in my old age. The lily represents Saint Clare, the patron saint of needlework, and it serves as the namesake flower of the collection. And then the seasons are winter, spring, summer, and fall. So the plum blossom is winter. How beautiful is that? And it represents endurance. Jasmine is spring. That's papyrus. That's the orchid. Jasmine. Oh boy, now I'm getting my flowers confused. Which one's jasmine, guys? Anybody know? I should know. That's the lily. That's papyrus. We're gonna go on to fall because I'll do it by process of elimination. This is the papyrus. It's a symbol of knowledge and continuity in ancient Egypt. It also led to the production of paper, which led to the ability to track history throughout time. The daisy is the summer flower, which is right here. And it is been shown in both Egyptian and Chinese representation for medicinal purposes. And the jasmine is the one that I can't figure out.
When I Googled it, it was white, but it looks like that.
So I called that something else. So I think I screwed up. But in any event, it's all on their website because they're smarter than I am. So jasmine signifies good fortune across Chinese and Egyptian traditions. And it also is the flower of South Carolina, which is the state in which St. Clair Mahjong was founded. So I think we've walked through all the tiles, and I did it pretty well until I got to the flowers and blew it. But hopefully you all will forgive me.
Oh, Stephanie's saying it's the yellow one.
Sorry. Winter, spring, summer.
Oh yeah, because I didn't talk about this one. There we go. So I was right except I couldn't get quite to that one. So this one is
Jasmine.
jasmine.
And Caroline
Sorry.
jasmine plant is yellow.
There we go. Okay. Sorry guys, I just fell off the bus at the last minute. So they are absolutely gorgeous, you guys. I can't wait to play with them. The thought gone into all of this is amazing. We are happy to take your pre-order here if anyone is interested and wants to take the plunge. They are also available for purchase on our website. They're pre-order, so again, they will get sent out around August 1st to me, so maybe August 10th to you. You need a Diet Coke break. Thank you, Susan. What I haven't shown you yet is two of the mats that also go along with this. Oh, now I've lost my printout. Did I bury it over here?
Right,
yes,
yeah.
I did. So there are two mats. One I don't have in the building. This is called Golden Ground. Their mats are, I believe, 33 by 33. I didn't double check the size, but I'm sure that's right. And they run, I have a note about that. Pricing on the mats, $90, I believe. They are neoprene. They are 3 millimeters in depth, and they are hand stitched. So this is the Common Ground. This mat will be retiring. It is basically has a needlepoint background with those lovely blossoms on the front. And there are only 6 of these left. So if you want one of these, we do not have these available on our website quite yet because there's only 6 available. So if you are watching live and you want one, let me know, because as soon as we're done, I will sign off and order them for you. So this is the yellow version. They're 33 by 33.
Okay, sorry, what was your question? Because I'm on their website. 3 millimeters?
I'm sure it's 33
Okay.
by 33. I'm
It
just
is.
guessing. There, any good mat is. So that's how I just
sorry.
knew.
I thought you had...
The other mat that is here, because this is the one that I intend to own, will also be retiring. And these are both designed to go with their tiles and let their tiles shine. And I should have opened this up before we started. But what I love about, again, these tiles are meant to become heirloom quality. I'm gonna let Kelsey fight with that for me. You might need a pair of scissors. Meant to be heirloom quality. So a lot of Mahjong mats have words on them. They say, you know, they have ROLLOR for the steps to the Charleston. They have walls to the left, play to the right, no jokers in a pair. They say all these things. And it seems to me that the people that have played for a long time, they don't want those words mucking up the beauty. So this is kind of the classic look that St. Clair Mahjong is going for. They're just all about the beauty. They're creating heirloom quality things. So, you know, any of those kind of cheater things we can all have on a pad of paper next to us, but there are no words created on these. I still have lots of canvases to go through too, but I want to show you guys this mat. This mat is absolutely gorgeous. It is very simple in all the best ways. Navy and ivory and gold. It does have the stitched edges, 33 by 33, and I'm going to show it to you up close, but here it is from a distance. Up close you will notice that there is motifs of stitching along the edge. This is called the common thread. It is $90. The needle threaded, and they have created
It's so
the
elegant.
cross stitches along the side. I mean, of course I had to have this one, right?
Yeah,
Cal, the
100%.
navy. Oh, so pretty. And the diamond in the middle is has a
Oh,
little
that's the
bit
one
of
Jane has, so now you're gonna
satin
twin with
stitches. I'm not only going to be birthday twins with Jane, I'm going to be Mahjong twins with
Yes.
Jane. Jane, I can't wait to see you when you come. This navy mat is fantastic. So these, there are more than 6 left, but it will be retiring. So when they're gone, they're gone. But there is more availability for this one. And as you can see, these needles on the center, absolutely gorgeous. And they're gonna make this.
Oh, sorry.
What are you
No,
guys okay?
wait, no, you're good.
Okay.
This is completely.
And Jane, we're gonna. Did we play when you were here? I know I played Mahjong with a bunch of people. I can't remember if I had a chance to play with you because we did have a Mahjong retreat last November, and I believe Jane was here for that. So this is just absolutely gorgeous. So I've made quite a mess here. I have so many fantastic tile bags to show you because yes, their velvet bag is gorgeous, but these bags deserve a needlepoint stitched bag. I do believe that is my opinion.
I'll give you an easy one
So
first.
we are going to start. I had my friend Stephanie send me a number of things that she had available at Alice Peterson. And these are kind of different sizes. So some of them you might want to enlarge a little bit. This one's 7.5 by 6. So maybe a little bit larger would be better to hold all the tiles. But you could easily add a border to this and make it a little bit larger. So this is the Chinese lanterns on blue. So pretty, 13 mesh. And if you're doing something that's going to be handled, you probably don't want to do a lot of fussy stitches because things that are handled can get kind of damaged. But I think you could do a T-stitch in the background in this gorgeous painter's shimmer. Would be so pretty. And then just let the do everything else in basket weave. Kelly pulled a couple Planet Earth silks. It needs a little bit of yellow, which we didn't get a chance to pull this morning, but we can round out threads for you if you are interested. And if you need prices on any of these canvases, Kelly can let you know. I'm just going to keep kind of going through them.
This one I think is my favorite.
This is so pretty. This is a larger one, so there's no need to add anything onto this one. This one is also on 13 mesh. It is 12 by 8. So this could be a bag. It could be a pillow. You could frame this. So Kelly,
Here's the background and the
picked
the
out this
sticks.
gorgeous. Is this my favorite pink? No, it's one of my favorites.
It's a little more
Champagne.
corally.
Champagne for the
And
background.
that for the
So this is the pink background with the Mahjong tiles and the peacocks. These are your stems, or not stems, your trellis, I guess, in the background.
leaves and peacocks. Peacock.
Look at these colors for the peacocks Kelly picked.
And I basket weave and swatch on 13 and I love it.
Fantastic. And I've used SWA a lot. I have not basket woven with it yet. I never know what the proper past tense of basket
For the
weave
leaves.
is. There's your SWA for the leaves. You can tell it's one of
And
our new
then it's
favorite
just
colors.
good color. I mean, there's just good colors like the flowers, the pears. You get it. And then so they're nice. So we add some pop to your Mahjong tiles. We have some little various reflections, which we like to use on 13 mesh.
Yes, I like this thread a lot on 13.
So kind of
this would give your tiles a chance to kind of glow a little bit because there's a little bit of sparkle in there.
And this for the
but
background.
it's still
the
a
blue
very
ones.
hardy thread. And then this turquoise background for the blue tiles.
Yeah.
So really pretty, Cal. Nice job.
Thank you. I love that one.
Yeah, so it is a really, really fun canvas. So that is here and available. That goes with that guy. And then the one that's hanging on the wall behind us, you have all probably been admiring, that has the Americanized version of the Mahjong spelling. I'll show you up close with the hibiscus. I believe this is also that larger size. It is on 13 mesh. It is 12 by 8. So again, I mean, these could also be pillows if you wanted them, or a tray. Bring your drinks into the Mahjong table. So this is also from Alice Peterson and the Hibiscus Mahjong. And Kelly picked these fun wools for the background. So those would be your background stripes. And then your word is gonna pop in this bright blue. And then she changed the green up a little bit, which I loved. I didn't understand her at first. She's like, I think that this is too shiny and bright. And I'm like, no, it's perfect. And she was saying it's a little brighter than what they've painted, but it is so pretty.
And then that's for the other outline next to it.
Oh, really pretty together. Those colors are fantastic together. And then the
Hydrangeas.
hibiscus, or the hydrangea, I just said hibiscus. The hydrangea colors, gorgeous.
And look how pretty this blue is, like, perfect, I feel like.
Oh, really pretty. See, now you're making me want to stitch this, Kelly. Kelly doesn't even play Mahjong. She's like, I just picked these glorious threads. I want to stitch it. But you know what? I will be with Kelly in the next few days for some downtime, and you never know. Maybe I'll get her sucked in. Okay. This piece was so pretty. Kelly couldn't resist putting in some beads, etc. So this might be something more with the threads we chose, we being Kelly, with the threads we chose, you might have framed and put in your Mahjong room or put in an acrylic tray that's protected. But this is the red background Mahjong tile with this gorgeous lantern. So Kelly picked this petite silk lame braid for the background combined with this over-dyed Gloriana for some sort of combination stitch, but probably nothing too tricky because there's a lot of compensation you're gonna have to do. So maybe like Nabucco.
Yeah, just something simple.
But those two threads
love
together are
that red
so
is so
good.
rich. Yeah.
Really pretty. Is this poinsettia? It probably
I
is.
think it's
It's rose flame.
Yeah, rose flame.
Poinsettia is one of my favorites. So that would be the background.
Yeah.
And then the tiles themselves, Kelly pulled some radiance and some essentials, and of course you've got your reds. Whoops! They're
okay.
flying away.
It's okay. And I liked these to add a little bit of interest to the tiles. I don't know what the W and N and E and 5 are, but like just so those stand out a little
that's
bit.
because you were working and not listening. So that is north, east, south, and west. So those are the wind tiles that we talked about, the honor tiles.
We'll just talk through it.
And then
For the radiance is really for, I have another white, I don't know where it went. We're good. The radiance actually wasn't for the background of the tile. It was for the lantern.
hold on, I have to hold these like this.
It's for the,
My fingers are just like a little too short for three rolls.
so it's for the lantern because it will look beaded if it's stitched in radius. And
Oh,
then for the hanging down on the
Straighten
lantern,
that out. There we go.
the hanging down on the lantern actually do long rows of beads, like dangling off, like little beaded tassels.
So you would stitch underneath in the background and then have this hanging off over. Oh, so pretty. So so this would be, I think, something you would either frame or put in an acrylic tray because it would be protected.
Or
so pretty.
If you don't want to have it that way and you love the design and want it for a Mahjong bag, we could pull just all stranded silk.
I mean,
or
everything
all
else
silk.
is going to work. It's just the beads what you would skip, which would be fine because you could actually just use the gold and black. It wouldn't be quite as fun as a free-flowing fringe, but it would be more user-friendly. So this one is on 18 mesh. I should have mentioned that to start with. And it is, and you can call it the wind tile canvas. It is 7.5 by 5.5. So this could actually be maybe a large folio. If you use the large Mahjong card, this could be your folio holder. We could probably have our leather gal make something out of this. It'd be a little bit big, but you know, it would be really fantastic. Okay, this next one is I'm probably going to regret because I had set this aside for me. I special ordered this for me at Market, I think a year ago, and it just came in. This one is from, did you just throw this over here? I just don't want those to get mixed up. This is from Kate Dickerson. Everything else is from Alice Peterson. This gorgeous piece is from Kate Dickerson. I can probably order another. You just would have to be very patient. So there's one, and it is available for sale. It is 10 by 7.5, and Kate is a Mahjong player, so not a surprise that it's the perfect size. These are kind of the words are put onto kind of pseudo tiles. Kelly picked out a fantastic background, and she knows that my latest favorite thread, you know, it's like having a favorite child. You should never have a favorite because they're all fantastic. But the Seuss I'm in love with, and so she picked out Bassouse and a silk lame braid to do in combination stitch in the
I was
background.
thinking just Nabucco.
Yeah, we love Nabucco because it's hardy, it holds up, it's easy to compensate because it's on the diagonal, and you can do the long stitches in the solid and the sparkle in the 10 stitch. So that would be your background. And then for the words and the details on the tiles, this really pretty blue. And of course, some white vineyard silk for the background of all the tiles.
And I was thinking for the 2 shadows of the tiles or whatever they are, the edges, the layers.
Oh, pretty.
But because I have white
Stop it,
vineyard
Kelly.
for
Why
the,
you make me
because they
wanna
look
take it
shiny,
back?
like beautiful shiny tiles.
Yes, yes.
And then for the details, so they also look shiny on the tiles,
all these neon rays.
which
Oh,
Rebecca gave us a tip of use
So
wax. She says neon rays has been a game changer for her because she's using the wax from her radiance on the edge of her neon rays.
Okay, so she's been using the straightener that we sell,
Correct.
and then the wax on the edges. Oh, there we go. Oh, so pretty.
If you, yeah.
Good job. So pretty. Love it. So that is threaded up and ready to go if anyone is interested.
And then Kelsey.
Then, Kelsey did the last one.
Bryn and Kelsey.
Okay, so our youngins did this one. So it's bound to be lots of fun. So this is from Alice Peterson as well. It is on 13 mesh. I believe it's about 7 by 5, but let me double check that measurement. 8 by 6. So off by an inch all the way around. So beautiful. I think this is also on the wall behind me. So we have 2 of these. We also have 2 of the hibiscus ones. And Kelsey pulled the thread, so I'm gonna guess what we did here. So here is this really pretty silken ivory for the background, which is kind of a tricky green to find. Did you have a hard time finding this green? Because it's like, it's an unusual blue green, but I love it. So that is for that. This beautiful bird on the bottom from the One Band Bird would be done in these gorgeous velvets. So pretty. The flowers, I'm guessing, are sparkly flowers. So pretty. And then your dot suits and your crack are going to be in all, these are backwards. I can do it, Melissa, I can do it. And all of these neon rays for the suits. So these would be really great tile bags too. So good job, Kellis. Thank you. Okay, I think we walked through all of our canvases, yes? Once we process everything today, everything I've highlighted, we will put up on the website of what is left. The tiles, if you're interested and you want more information, are you can find lots of information on our website, because I know that that's a big investment and people don't necessarily want to like pull the trigger right away. I totally get it. It took me a little bit to pull the trigger myself, so I understand. So that is already up on the website. So the navy mat and the tiles are up on the website if you're still thinking about them. If you ordered them here, we've got your order. You're all good. The yellow mat is not on the website because we are limited to the number available before that retires. And everything else, after we process today's orders, we'll pop them up on the website. And I don't know, I just hope you guys love all this stuff as much as I did. I had a really fun time pulling it all together. Yes, Cal?
The one thing is, a lot of people wanted the same beaded bags.
Okay.
We only have a couple of each of those. Can we get more of those?
I believe so.
Okay.
I believe so.
So if you don't see a receipt for those.
So if you don't see a receipt, Bassouse is a combination, it's 50-50 silk and wool. Sorry, if you don't see a receipt, to Kelly's point today, it is because if you ordered it, we will get it ordered for you. Yeah, I think that's it. So thank you guys. We will be back tomorrow. This has been a whirlwind of a week. Yesterday with our Christmas celebration, the Royal Stuart plaid ornaments will be up live on our website probably tonight, if not tonight, tomorrow for sure. And hopefully the Mahjong stuff will be up tonight, if not tomorrow for sure. And then we'll be back for more fun and games for unboxing tomorrow at 9:30 Eastern. So thanks for joining us, everyone. See you soon. Bye.